You've grown your business and you're finally ready to hire that first employee. And you're excited and filled with a little bit of dread, and actually you've got a whole bunch of questions and you don't even know where to start. Now, a lot of my clients are going through exactly the same situation when they've started hiring their first employee, so let me leave you a couple of top tips that really made a difference for them. My name is Nell, I'm an action coach, business coach, and let's start there. Congratulations on hiring your first employee. Fantastic. But where do you start? A lot of people in this scenario will start hiring either a family friend or a family member. Now, if it's not too late, at this stage, I would say don't. In my experience, looking across the 10 plus years that I've been doing this, it often creates a lot of difficult scenarios later on. You might be lucky and get that fantastic family friend or family member to work with you, but in general, it stops people from being able to have the conversations that they need to have at some stage in that employee's journey. So to keep things nicely separated, if you can, don't do that and just hire someone that you don't know. Now, yes, go and talk to a HR person, professional, company that can give you the right support, the right kind of contracts, the right kind of rules around what can and can't be done for your business and your industry. So get all of that in place. It is a little bit of an investment in advance and upfront, but actually it will make a massive difference as you go through this journey. The next thing to think about is, as business owners, especially when we are at the stage for our first employee, we'll be hiring someone that we like in the interview process. And someone that we like often tends to be someone like us. But that might not be the person that you need. Now, I've done a previous video on this when we look at the fun skills matrix and what to outsource first. So if you've missed that, go and have a look in my library. But if you are outsourcing maybe some admin or some bookkeeping or something that is low skilled and not something that you want to be focusing on, it might need someone with a totally different eye on things. If you are very creative and very enthusiastic, but your eye on detail is really, really low, but actually that's what you need for that role, the energy and the conversations that you have with someone like that might not be the people or the person that is similar to you. You might need someone that loves a lot of the detail and in an interview comes across in a way that you don't necessarily think is the right fit, but actually is the right fit for the role. So hire based on the behaviors, hire based on the skill set that you need for the role that you have available, not necessarily because they just felt right for you. You also have to get your mind in the right place that this is going to take up a little bit of your time. Training someone in your business is going to take you away because right now you are the only person doing all the plate spinning. You are going to have to sit aside with them to go through this. So make sure that you set that time aside. Be aware that that's going to take a while before they're up and running. If you already have some processes in place that you can give to them, some checklists, some how-to manuals, fantastic. If you don't, this is a great time to get them to write it because then you have it ready for your next employee. So as they're learning, get them to write it out. So at that stage, not only have you got a great new team member, you also have an how-to manual or an employee's manual ready to go for that next hire. And then the last point I wanted to leave with you is, as business owners, when you've been working by yourself for a long time, we kind of become control freaks. And handing over some of this stuff, getting someone else to do this in a slightly different way than you might be doing, actually could be quite challenging, can be quite overwhelming, and can be quite frustrating. So be aware that you've not hired a clone of yourself. You have someone in the business that's there to help you. Yes, they will be asking questions, a fresh pair of eyes, always great. But don't necessarily think and expect that they're going to do everything in the same way. And sometimes their way could be more efficient. It goes back to that whole thing of we do what we do because that's how we like to do it. But actually they might have a slightly more efficient way. So don't necessarily diss that. Have a look at what they're focusing on. Is that the right thing? And are they bringing something extra to my business? So a couple of top tips for you to think about here when you're hiring your first employee. Good luck.